And good morning, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next hour to discuss all things hardware and a little gift thrown in. I just want to tell you where we're located real quick in case you're just now tuning in and maybe you've never heard the show before. We are an 11,000 square foot hardware store located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today. We've been open since 8 o'clock. And Monday through Saturday, we are 8 to 6:30. And then on Sunday, we are 11 to 5 for your convenience. So a little bit abbreviated, but here to help you with any of your weekend plans in case you don't get them completely done on Saturday. Now, we also, if you don't live here in San Antonio and coming to the store is not convenient, we have a website, happyhandyman.com. Out there, it is a shop site. And I'm looking at everything I'm going to talk about today. Almost everything I'm going to talk about today is available there on the site. But if it's not and you want it, all you got to do is call the store and talk to me. You'll have to talk to me, and I'll take your order and I'll ship it right out to you. And we do really well with shipping. I mean, usually I ship out the very next day. And we have a great freight rate. If it's under $20, it is $8.35. But if it's over $20, then it's only $6. And if you buy 4 items or more, it's free. So I don't know of many companies that can do that, but we worked long and hard to figure out a way to do that. And it finally worked. And I wanted just to offer it for people because I got a lot of questions about, well, I want to try it, but the shipping is so much. And I get that because we pay shipping, and I understand that. And so that's why we initiated this thing. If you buy 4 or more, it can be free. All right, so now you also see us on Facebook. Just go to Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware, and you will see us live. But we also then show it on our YouTube channel. And I'm sorry, my voice is a little scratchy this morning. But by 9 o'clock, I'll be great. You can go out there and you can see the show and see all the product that I'm going to talk about today. Now, this weekend is a very special weekend. It's our teachers event, and this is a first for us. We've never done a teachers event. I've seen other hardware stores and gift shops do that, and I just thought, I don't know if that's who my customer is, but we just thought, you know what, why don't we try? And it has been very good. I'm super stoked about it, especially because of all the great gift. When you come in and you're a teacher, just show your teacher ID, and you will get not just any bag, but a Consuela bag. And those of you watching on Facebook, this is just one of the bags that they gave us to give away. And inside is tons of gift. And let me just kind of give you an idea, because almost every one of them are kind of different. So we have snacks, we have Tyler candles, we have Fredericksburg Farms hand cream, we have, this is a car atomizer, then we also have Lalia perfume, which is, I think, a $10 value, and it's free. It's in your bag. And snacks from Iowa Smokehouse. So come on, if you're a teacher, take time to come by today. Let us introduce ourselves to you and tell you about the other events that we have coming in for the rest of the year. All right, okay, and let me just tell you one more thing. On the teachers thing, they have special sales just for teachers today. So like all jewelry is 50 off, but only if you're a teacher. Let's see, apparel and if you sign up for our Best Rewards, which is a free reward program that we offer through Do It Best, you get 10% off on your orders from now on, okay? All right. Okay, so let's talk this morning. I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things. This one thing, I absolutely love this line. Unfortunately, they have pulled it from any kind of stores. You can buy it regular retail, and the only place, they've even closed down their own website. The only place you can get it is on Amazon. And I don't usually talk about stuff like this, but right before they decided they were not going to sell it anymore, I bought so much of this stuff. And it's called Caldrea. Caldrea is a cleaning line made with essential oils. And as you can tell, the bottle on Facebook, it's kind of yellowy, and that's all the essential oils. If you open it up and smell it, it smells absolutely wonderful. And this is the line that I used all the time when I was selling my house, because you couldn't light a candle. And so what I would do every morning is I would clean my sink with the dish soap, okay? And my favorite back then, and it still is Basil Blue Sage. And this Caldrea line, they had everything: dish soap, countertop spray, linen and home spray. They had detergent. They had everything. I don't know. I think they got bought by a big company like Johnson & Johnson or something like that. And then they just discontinued it for some reason. And but there is nothing like it for the price point. The dishwashing soap is like $15.99. If you think, holy cow, Trudy, that's expensive. It will last you for a year. A bottle, it'll last you for a year. And then they also make, and all we have left is linen and room spray. So every morning before I would leave for work, I would clean my sink and use that soap, and that would just put these essential oils all into the air, and it was just so refreshing and so clean. It smelled like I had a candle burning. And then I would clean the countertops, go around and spray the room spray, and I would spray like my lamp shades, okay? And then I would turn the lamp on, and then the heat from the light, back then we still had heat from lights, it would infuse the air with this essential oil. So we have a few left. I mean, I would say we have quite a few. And so they come in Basil Blue Sage, Pear Blossom Agave, Sea Salt Neroli, and then, and I think that's all I have left. But it is an amazing line. I wouldn't bother telling you about it because I can't get it anymore, but that's how wonderful it is. Now, I want to talk to you about a really special line too, called E-Cloth. How many of you are familiar with E-Cloth? E-Cloth is a way to clean without using any products. So what does that mean? Like if you're gonna dust, you won't have to use like, well, I don't like to recommend it, but like Pledge or any kind of spray, because they all have silicone in them, and that's what makes maybe your table shine for a while, but it builds up, okay? And then all of a sudden, instead of it shining, it just kind of looks kind of dull, and then you'll have to take it all off. Well, I had some work done at the house, I guess it's been about 5 years ago, and I had a wall torn out in my kitchen. I have a house that was built in the 1980s, and back then we still had, every room had a wall in it, you know, and it's not like today where, you know, it's kind of open concept. And I like open concept because my house is a garden home and it is small. And so, but if you start opening all these walls up, it looks very open, and it gives you the illusion, and it's just an illusion, of more space. So I was taking down a wall, not me, someone else, in the kitchen, and every day, even though they put stuff on the floor and stuff on the walls to keep the dust down, there was dust everywhere, and it drove me nuts. And so every day I would come home, and instead of using any kind of product, I used an e-cloth. And an e-cloth is the one that I use a lot. I still use this one all the time, is the dusting and cleaning cloth. And you can feel it. It has longer threads on it, and it's positively charged. And I don't mean that like it's in a positive way. I mean like positive negative, okay? So it acts like a magnet to dust. And a good way to see that is, say you use a just regular dust rag, or you like to use your t-shirts and stuff like that. And if you don't use something on it, all it does is push the dust around. It never really pulls it up. Well, the e-cloths, every one of them, have a charge on them. And it has, I guess they call it a static charge, and it attracts dust and allergens, and it locks them inside the fibers. And then that way, you don't have to use anything. You're not wasting cleaning, you're not building anything up, and you can go and all you do is dampen, and I mean just dampen. All I do is I open it all up and I just turn the water on just a little bit, and just right down the middle, I run it through the rag, and then I push and I kind of mold my rag together, and it gets it slightly damp all over. Then I go around and I dust, and it makes my wood furniture look so good, and I can get it done so quick. Those of you, I still work, okay? So that's obvious. I'm here talking to you. And maybe a lot of you at an age where maybe most of your friends are retired, you still work because you like to work. I love to work. I enjoy it so much. And so, but I also like a clean house, and a house that looks put together, so that when I come home and I'm tired, the house is relaxing for me. So every morning I will do something before I go to work, whether that means dust, whether that means the furniture, dust the furniture, that means putting in a load of laundry, putting dishwasher on, cleaning the countertops, spraying the countertops, and then vacuuming the floor. I don't have carpet, mine are all wood, but I put my vacuum cleaner on the lowest one, and I vacuum, and then I use Quick Shine for a cleaner, and I do something every day. That way, on my day off, the day I have off, I'm not stuck cleaning. And some of the cleaners that I like to use are the e-cloth. Now, e-cloth, okay, I am showing you the one for dusting, but they make them for everything. And they do a window cleaning, but you can also use it for mirrors, okay? And then they do a bathroom cleaning, and all these cloths will be different colors, because you don't want to use your bathroom cleaner and then use it on your stainless steel sink, or use the one that you on your stainless steel sink and then use it in your bathroom. So the bathroom cleaning one, it will remove grease, grime, and bacteria, okay? So when you clean, you're really cleaning, and it dries and polishes all shiny surfaces. And then they have a range and stove top cloth, where if you have a glass top stove, this is really good, okay? Now, if you've got something burnt on, no, this will not take care of it. If you've got something burnt on, what you have to do is, you got a couple of choices. You can use a straight edge razor blade and literally just clean it off with that, and just go across the top of the glass stove and it will get it off. Or you can use Ceramibrite. I like Ceramibrite, and you can put it on there, let it work, buff it off. And then they make a stainless steel cleaner, which is so good for like your stoves, your refrigerators, microwaves, and and if you have like stainless steel knobs on things, you know, after you touch them and pull them all the time, they just look horrible. Well, you can do this. Okay, you can clean with that. And then all of these still, all you use, it's the least amount of water. And then they do a screen cleaning cloth, which you can also use on your glasses too if you want to. So if you are thinking about wanting to revamp how you clean and things like that, then check out the e-cloth. We have a whole 4-foot section of it, and they are wonderful to work with. Lots of times during all the events that we have, like the ladies events and things, they always give me stuff and to use in our giveaways. They're just a really good family-owned company, okay? So, all right, now, those are high quality microfibers, okay? That's general term. They're a microfiber, okay? But they're not like any microfiber. And they're not like this microfiber, but I like this microfiber for other reasons. Libman makes a tear-in wipe, okay? And they put it on a roll, and it's got like a paper towel roll. And there's 15 on a roll, and they sell for like $7.99. So maybe you like using a microfiber. I do, you know. This one is not the same kind of quality, because you can get the whole roll, like I said, for $7.99. But for messy jobs, these are great, because for one thing, you can wash them. Don't put them in the dryer. Same thing with the e-cloth. You can wash them, and they're good for 100 washes. E-cloth, 100 washes. Don't put them in the dryer. Let them air dry. Same thing for your Libman tear-in wipe. So what would you use Libman tear-in wipe for? Okay, so maybe you've got a real greasy stove and you want to clean it, and you're going to use something to clean it with. Okay, this would be, Libman would be. If you like to do painting and you're cleaning up edges that you worked with, this Libman tear-in wipe. If you're cleaning in the bathroom and you're using a lot of soaps and things like that, or you're using Delete Germ to clean your porcelain tub, the tear-in wipe is great to use. I even will put these in like my lunch. I bring my lunch every day to work, and I will put one of these in my lunch, because for one thing, it's a little softer on your face if you're wiping your mouth and stuff than just paper. And okay, this all of a sudden, as I've gotten older, this has meant so much to me. You don't have to throw it away. You just wash it and reuse it if you want to, or wash it if it is super messy. You can throw it away because of the price. But that's what's nice about microfibers, is that you can reuse them. You're not using a paper towel that you use and then throw away. This is something that you can reuse and not add it to a landfill. I especially like the little, I told you it comes in like a paper towel roll, and Libman does this really cool tag at the top. Well, I keep this in my garage with my tools, and I run it through a peg at the top, and it's just hanging there waiting for me to use. So this is super great. It says on there that you can use it, no it doesn't, I'm misreading it. Dusting, cleaning, and drying. Okay, so these are really good. Not like the same as E-cloth, but really good. All right, now let me talk to you. I have a little more time. Let me talk to you a little bit about paint. All right. A few years ago, I got involved with a company called Hwy Paint, and I had been looking for a chalk paint because about 5 years ago, you saw it everywhere. Chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint. And Hwy really did have the best chalk paint that I think that I had seen that a retailer could buy. And so they did 2 different kinds, and they did a regular chalk paint, okay, and then they did what they would call a 1-hour enamel. And the 1-hour enamel is awesome, okay? Thank you. What are you doing here? Hey, Mark Grove, say hi.
Hi, everybody. Well, you're talking about cleaners.
Yes,
you should talk about the crocodile.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, I got involved with them, and we have a whole end cap of Hwy paint in the chalk paint and the 1-hour enamel. And I am not trying to discourage anyone from chalk paint, from Hwy, not at all. Those of you that like it, you love it. And I like it too. But this is the problem that I found. It only comes in certain colors, and that's it. And the price, it's pricey. If you're gonna be doing like kitchen cabinets or several pieces of furniture, big pieces of furniture, it's pricey. If you're just gonna do a small project and you don't want to have to spend time sanding or anything like that, chalk paint, that's your jam right there. That's where you need to be. But you're only gonna get a few colors, and that's it. And the 1-hour enamel, that really is their best product. It only comes in certain colors. That's the downfall. But it leaves a finish without having to put varnish on it. So when you use regular chalk paint, you have to use a finish on it, or it looks dusty all the time, or it just it chalks, okay? And it gets dirty very easily. So you either have to put a wax on it, and they do sell waxes, and I have them, or you put a varnish on them, okay? And then after I was with them for a few years, and I still am, okay, I got tired of not being able to have the color I wanted. So for kitchen cabinets, if I wanted a certain color white, I only had a couple of choices there. Or if I wanted maybe a certain green or yellow or anything, I only had a couple of choices. And so I started recommending to people, and yes, you do have to sand, but you know, when people say, oh, I don't want to have to sand. Have you ever heard of scuff sanding? Scuff sanding is like when you take you could take a sanding block, you can take a sanding sponge, regular sandpaper. You don't have to get like a sander, an automatic sander or something like that and go through all of it. If you were a professional and doing it for somebody else where you're getting paid, that's different. If you're doing it for yourself, you can get away with doing some things. I scuff sand, and then I started recommending to people, because they could get it in any color that they want, any Benmore color, any Coronado color, any Sherwin-Williams color, Farrow and Ball color, any color is the advanced paint, okay? Advanced paint looks, when you put it on, it lays down super flat without any brush marks. It looks like a sprayed on finish. And then the best part of that is it's a tough finish. You can get it in a flat if you want to. You can get it in a satin, which is what I like to use for furniture and cabinets, okay? You can get it in a semi-gloss, and you can get it in a high gloss. So depending on your project is, you can choose all of those. And the nice part about it, any color you want, you can get it in Benjamin Moore Advance. And that's what I recommend to people. It's the most economical way to do cabinets, furniture, and it's not tough. If you have any questions about how to use it, come and find me at the store, because I've done several pieces and I can tell you some of the best ways that it works. Now I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite products, and that is Trudy's Headlight Magician. How many of you have hazy headlights? Is that what is causing the problem when you're trying to see at night? You have your lights on and you can't see anything. And you have to put your brights on just to be able to see, to drive around at night. Well, not only is it a safety problem, when you look at your car, it kind of makes it look sad, doesn't it? And you take such good care of your car. And there's no reason to have to drive around with hazy headlights. Now, I know there's a lot of products that they have out now, and they all require you to sand. And that's because they want you to completely remove the surface on your headlight and clean it. And then you're going to have to add another surface to it. And they'll tell you that it's lifetime. But in my experience, it has not been. But if you use Trudy's Headlight Magician, it's a maintenance thing. It refurbishes your headlight and maintains it and brings back the nice, clear headlight that you used to have when you bought the car. It'll make driving at night so much clearer. It'll make your car look so much newer. And it's so easy. You just shake it to activate it, okay? Comes in a little 2-ounce bottle. If you come into the store and if you want to pay cash, it's $20. And if you want to go and buy it online, you just go to my website, which is trudysheadlightmagician.com. Click on shop, and it's yours. All right, don't walk around with foggy headlights. Come in and buy Trudy's Headlight Magician. All right, we're going to take a real quick break right now, and Jill's going to come in and talk to you about all things new that's happening in the gift shop, and then we'll be right back after the break with Kale.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We have been busy little bees in the gift shop. If y'all haven't been in a day or two, come on in and check out all that's new. We have got so much new stuff that's been rolling in. We haven't even unpacked it all yet. I just want to show you this, and I hope it does it justice in the picture. This is the new bag from Casemate. It is my favorite by far. It's called Emerald Soap Bubble. It is a beautiful big tote bag you can take anywhere with you. They all have this little case inside where you can put your small items, and that's just one of the colors. That is my favorite. But they come in a lot of different variations. This one, the navy gingham, it's got beautiful lace trim all the way around. There's a red one like this. There's a tortoise shell. There is even, we brought back the one that looks perfect for like a new bride or bridal shower gift. It's a pretty white ivory with little pearls on the bow. They're beautiful. Oh, and let me show you something. The cushy makeup bags that are Trudy's favorite because they're super washable, they match so cute with them. You can throw them in. Several of our combinations match perfectly as if we did it that way. Let's just say we did. Next I want to show you, we restocked a brand called Regal that is beautiful crystals and wind chimes. Look at that sparkle. If you hang this anywhere where it's going to catch the light in a window or outside, it's so pretty. And this, look at this little double layered wind chime here. And we even have this one that is a little three-prong thing here. And it's got this really cute little hummingbird on the bottom. We have a purple one that has a butterfly. We have a lot of wind chimes and crystals that we've hung up. We still have more. So when you come in today, you'll probably see us working on all of those. This one is one of my favorites. I hope y'all can see all that sparkle. Really pretty butterfly and little, and you can just hang these anywhere. They would make such a sweet little gift too. Lots of details. There's another one that's brand new. The little angel wings, big old crystal drop. So come on in, and the beginning of our store has like all the garden stuff and the wind chimes and sun catchers. You're gonna see all of those sitting up there. And they are so beautiful. There's so many more that we haven't even unpacked yet. And now let me show you. We brought back your favorite Gin & Company, the Riley bag, the little crossbody with the gazillion pockets. It has a crossbody strap. It has the wristlet strap. And we brought in, I don't know, 15, 20 different colors that are all perfect for this time of year and then going into fall. And then that's everyone's favorite, but also we always like to bring in something new from them. If you do want a bigger bag, let me just show you a couple of them. This pretty backpack in the pewter, it has the straps where you can use it as a backpack, or you draw it up this way and you can use it as like a regular shoulder strap bag. So it's convertible, and it also has a ton of pockets inside and out. They have such pretty detail on Gin & Company. If you've not seen them, come in and check them out. There's so many to choose from. And we have a few different colors. We also brought in the bag in a bag combos. And look at this pretty one with all that fringe. They are not leather, but let me tell you, their quality feels like it is, and they're so nice. Lots of great little detail here. This is just a real pretty purse here. This one is $69.99. They all have really reasonable prices too. I'll show you the inside if you can see that. I mean, you've got a zippered pocket there, little pockets here. So lots of great purse and handbag options. And I'm going to show you, excuse me, a couple things that are new in our snack and candy department that's always growing. We listen to y'all, or we try to anyway. If you ever ask us for something we don't have, we try to bring it in. Somebody asked for peanut brittle recently, so we found this one. It's made in Texas with all natural ingredients, and I don't know about y'all, but that looks tasty. And then Hammond's candy bars are quickly growing to be a favorite, so we brought in 2 new flavors. Cookie dough in the milk chocolate and sea salt caramel in the dark. So if you need a new handbag, some wind chimes, shopping for a teacher, come on by.
And welcome back to the Happy Handyman Show, WOAI only. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. You know, I forgot to give y'all a phone number. I told y'all, call the store. Did I give you the number? No. Okay, so the number is 210-341-1573. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today, tomorrow 11 to 5. Anything that I've been talking about today, we have in the store. And just call if you have a couple of questions, or come by the store. And if you have a question about how to use it, well, and if I'm here, which I'll be here till close today, then I'll be happy to help you. And right now is our special time with Kale. Kale always says, my name's Kale, I'm good for you. Is that what you say?
Yeah, a friend of mine says that. He says, Kale, he's really good for you.
So Kale gives us some trivia. So what are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about grass, but it's not the grass you're thinking about. This grass is called bamboo.
Oh.
Bamboo is classified as a grass. It's a thin green plant. It has jointed stems and thin leaves. So it is classified as a grass. All the bamboo we have here in San Antonio, you know, you drive around Bracken Ridge Park, Sunken Gardens, certain areas here on the northwest side, you see a lot of bamboo. It's a very invasive species.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's called golden bamboo. And if we had panda bears here, that's what they would be eating. That's one of the species they eat. Yeah.
So all we really need is
It's
panda,
panda
bear.
bears, yes.
Okay.
And we'll be done with it.
I'm sure they have those on Amazon.
Yeah. But there's only one species of bamboo that's native to North America. That's called river cane. Here in Texas, you'll only see it in far east Texas. It's what the Cherokee, and there's another species, another tribe that used to use it to make baskets. But it's only out in far east Texas.
Yeah.
All the stuff here is very invasive, and it grows very fast. Bamboo has the world record as the fastest growing plant. And it's actually amazing. There's 2 species, 47 inches in 1 day.
Really?
I mean, that's 4 feet.
In one day?
In 1 day.
You don't
24
have to
hours.
even have that time lapse stuff.
You
can
could
just
you probably just look at it.
you just
and
look at
watch
it.
grow.
Oh, yeah, good.
But yeah, there's 1,800 species of bamboo, and there's 2 schools of thought. Some people really love bamboo, and then there's other people that call it gamboo.
Uh-oh.
You know, so they don't like it.
Okay, that's a first for the show. I know a lot of people, they think they want to use it as like fencing, you know, to soften their fence line, but then they realize,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Yes. There
I
are
can't
2 species.
get rid of it now.
There are 2 main types of bamboo like that. There's the clumping style, and that doesn't spread as fast. And then there's running style, and that's the one that will really take over. If you are going to plant bamboo, you really have to think about the idea, why do you want it?
Yeah.
And if it's going to work for you. Because bamboo can become so invasive, it can actually go through the floorboards of your house if it gets underneath there. And the only way to really get it out is you just got to keep hacking away at it.
Yeah.
And it comes back, but it keeps coming back smaller and smaller, and finally it will stop. But it's just going to take you time.
Another plant that's like that is trumpet vine. When I bought my house, they had trumpet vine on the fence. I do believe that's what was holding the fence up. And it was beautiful when it bloomed, but I wanted my fence back. And so I tore it down, and unfortunately I laid it on the ground, and it laid there for maybe a week or 2 before I had it hauled off. And let me tell you, after that, I had trumpet vine all through my yard.
Oh, wow.
And it isn't a little root like that, like a hair. It's like almost a ½ an inch. So when you go to pull it, you almost have to attach it to your car to get it up out of the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how
horrible.
bamboo is, very invasive. So
Yeah.
you really got to be careful about if you're going to plant it. But it works just as well in a container. You know,
In a container, and then you don't have to worry
then
about
you don't
it.
have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
So yeah, but it's the fastest growing plant, and it's actually a grass. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Kale.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Okay, go sell something in lawn and garden.
Okay.
I was speaking of lawn and garden. I'm going to talk to you next about right now is the time when you need to start taking care of grubs. Okay, this is August, September, and this is when they are really active. And if you have never had grubs in your yard, you have no idea the damage that they can do. So let me tell you a way, like if you see a lot of raccoons and skunks they're the ones, to me, when I've seen a lot of skunks in my yard, I know immediately they're there to eat grubs. And so, grubs can take out your whole front yard or wherever they are. You know, if they're in their backyard, they'll take out your whole backyard. And you won't know anything. Everything will look all fine and good. Everything's green, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, your grass starts turning a different color. And if you can pull your grass up and it comes roots and all without even tugging on it, it's grubs. So how do you take care of grubs? There's only a few products that will take care of grubs. One of them is called Grub-Ex. And you always want to use a pellet style to get rid of killer, okay? You can't use a liquid. You have to use a pellet. I had such a smart Adams rep. His name was Don, and he told me one time, if you water it on, it's only good for things that are above the ground. So ants, fleas, crickets. Let me see. I was looking at the triazicide. Roaches, fleas, ticks, chinch bugs, things like that. They're above the ground, okay? So when you water something on, when you can hook it up to your hose, that will kill that. But to get rid of something below the ground, you have to use a pellet. And you have to spread it out, and then you have to water it in. So the only thing that we have here is Grub-Ex. Grub-Ex works every time. And even if you don't think that you might have a problem with grubs, just put it out anyway. And if your yard, see, I have a garden home, so our yards are attached, one right after the other. Well, if your neighbor gets grubs, they will meander onto your property. So what I do is I buy the biggest bag of Grub-Ex and I put it out in my front yard and my backyard, although I've never had any damage from grubs in the backyard. I don't know whether in my backyard they just don't like it or what. I don't care. And then I give what I have left to my neighbor. And I say, hey, spread it out on the yard. I guess if I was a really good neighbor, I'd do it for them. I never thought about that. But I give it to them, and then that way they don't get grubs, I don't get grubs. So that's just a word for the wise right now, because I've had to replace my grass not once, but twice. And it is very expensive, and it is very time consuming, because usually when people come and replace the grass, they'll ask you to tear up all the grass first before they lay grass. And so I've had to do that twice, and I'm not doing it again. So just to let you know. Now, if you do want to get rid of stuff above the ground, okay, triazicide makes a really good, they make a concentrate, which I'm showing right here in my hand. And they also make a hose end where you can spray it, okay? The concentrate will cover about 6,400 square feet. The hose end about 5,000 maybe. And you can get rid of all the things like ants, fleas, ticks, things like that, okay? Now, what if you have a problem with pill bugs? Well, there's only one thing that I know of that gets rid of pill bugs, and that is Sluggo Plus. Now, the plus stands for the other ingredient that they put on there, which is, I always say this wrong, spinosad. I probably did that wrong again. But it is that gets rid of the pill bugs. So if you have pill bugs, then the Sluggo Plus is what you want to use. I haven't found anything else that will work. And Sluggo Plus gets rid of earwigs, cutworms, sow bugs, pill bugs, slugs, and snails. So, you know, if you're having a problem with all kinds of stuff like that in your garden, and how you want to use this is you just kind of sprinkle it over the area that you see you're having a problem. Don't just put it all in one little pile. You sprinkle it out, okay, and water it in. And then leave it alone for about a week and a half. And then if you're still seeing it, do it again, okay? But it's really easy to use, but it's only the Sluggo Plus that will work. Okay, so now let's talk about fruit flies. We have these fruit fly traps that are so dang cute. They look like a succulent plant. And you can, you know, what you usually have for fruit flies is a little red apple, you know. Well, we have those too. But let me tell you, these little succulent traps have sold out so many times. And they come with this little succulent, this little plant that looks like a succulent. And then it also comes with a lure on the inside. And we sell the lure separately. And then you can put them in the kitchen. You can put them in the bathroom. They come in a couple of different colors. And they will pull those little fruit flies into that plant. And then you just dump it out, clean it out, and then do it again, okay? Now, for some people, that's just not enough because their fruit flies are not just in the air. They're coming from the drain where all the organic matter goes around the pipes. And that is a perfect breeding ground for fruit flies. Some people call them sewer flies, drain flies, whatever you call them, they're coming up from the drain. And usually what I have found is that if you keep like water kind of sitting in the sink, like you're rinsing out some things, that tends to bring them out. So there's a couple of things that you can use. One is Adios, but I'm almost out of it here at the store. I need to place an order. And another thing is Green Gobbler. They make a fruit fly killer, okay? And it's the same exact ingredient, okay? I just like the Adios, and but Green Gobbler does one also. Now here's a trick on how to get rid of fruit flies that are in your drain. At night, after the kitchen is closed, my mom used to say that all the time, the kitchen is officially closed. That meant that if you wanted something, you had to get it on your own, and you better make sure you didn't leave it in the sink when you were done. That means you had to clean it up, put it up, and because if she got up the next morning and she saw stuff in her sink, better make sure it wasn't your fault. So anyway, at night, you're going to pour either the Adios or the Green Gobbler in the drain. Every drain that you have in the house. Why, you ask? I only have problems in the kitchen. Yes, but that sewer pipe system that you got going, I mean, in your house, all these pipes that go throughout the house and connect your bathroom to your tub, to your kitchen sink, to your laundry room sink, to the shower, all those is like a highway for these bugs, okay? So if you clean one, they'll just go to the other. And if you don't think that's true, just clean one drain. Clean the kitchen drain and see if you don't see them in your bathroom drain in a couple of days. And then they're in your bedroom, okay? So you pour an amount of Green Gobbler or Adios in the drain, and then you close the drain and leave it alone for the night, okay? Go to every drain and do that. The only drain you don't have to do is your toilet, okay? Because they don't come up that water. Okay, so your shower, your tub, your sink, your, I said your disposal. If you have a laundry room sink, that one. And you leave it all night long. The next morning you open your drains off, you flush them. And if you still see them in a day, do it again. And then that will usually take care of it. So most of the time I tell people get a couple of bottles at a time, okay? All right, you know, we were talking about cleaners earlier, and Mark Grove was here. Some of you saw him out on Facebook for like a half sec. And the crocodile wipes that we get, they're different than just your regular wipes. They are really a tough kind of towel, and they are so good because they're like a degreaser, but they don't smell bad. I don't understand. Some of these wipes, they smell so strong, and I don't like to use them on my hands, but these are really good. And he reminded me that if you're painting, that if you get any dried paint, that these will remove them. And I said, yeah, but only latex, right? He goes, no, oil. So if you have a little boo-boo with paint and it's oil, these will take it off also. But it has to be on a sealed surface. So it couldn't be on like raw concrete, all right? So crocodile wipes, they're great to have around the house. All right, so now let's talk about another drain. Let's talk about the toilet, okay? And how many of you have septic systems? And you use one of the systems, starts with an R, ends with a C, and you've used it all your life. Can I make a suggestion? There is, ProLab makes One Flush. One Flush is a enzyme cleaner septic treatment that has billions of more enzymes than any other product. Billions, okay? And those enzymes is what keeps your septic system running smoothly and clean. And I have had so many people tell me that they used One Flush because they were going to have their septic system pumped out, and that's expensive. And sometimes they'll put a septic system and then they'll pour a driveway on top of it, so now you got to pull the driveway up and then to get to your septic system. And these, all you do once a month is put a packet and flush it down the toilet. That's it. You don't open the packet up, you don't do anything. It dissolves on its own. You just put it in there and flush it. And so you get like 3 months worth of supply, I think for about $12. Okay, I just had a lady bought 2 years worth for me, and it's safe on all your pipes. You don't have to worry about that. And this is an amazing product. My suggestion, next time you're getting ready to get a septic system treatment, just check out the One Flush, and I think you'll find it is so easy, so convenient, so economical. All right? Now, what if you have little hairline roots in your septic system? What do you need? You need a product that is 99% copper sulfate. That's what kills them, little hairline roots. We have one made by Zep called Root Kill. And all you have to do is you put it, it comes in a 2-pound container. And it will, you'll need to put half the container in your toilet, just one toilet, at night, and flush it and leave it alone all night long. Okay? Let it go through the system. Don't be flushing a whole lot of water through the system. Just let it sit in the system, and it goes very slowly out those lines. And if you have little hairline roots, it will take care of those. And then the next night, you pour the other half of the container down, flush it. Remember to leave it alone all night long, and then that's it. And then you're good for about 6 months. So what it will not take care of is big roots that it have invaded. I mean, there's nothing, you're just gonna have to call somebody to help you with that. But little hairline roots, and that's how they start. Just take care of it and do some maintenance on it like that, okay? So One Flush and Root Kill, 2 really good things, okay? All right, how many of you have kitty cats at your house? And sometimes the odor that cats have around the box, the litter box, is bad, right? Because sometimes cats, as they get older, they miss the litter box, right? And they get the tile or wherever you have your litter box, they get around that, okay? So to get rid of that smell, we have a product called Kitty Stop. And I got to name Kitty Stop because the lady that owns BioZap now, I told her about it because Mickey had told me, Mickey was the original owner, had told me that they made things for zoos, for all the big cats, you know, lions, tigers, and all that. And because the odor is bad. You've been to a zoo, you know that. And so we made this for residential. And all you got to do is spray it around the area where you're getting an odor from. Don't spray it on the litter, okay? Spray it around, and then the odor will be gone. It's way different. It's formulated different than Biosap. It's made by the same people, okay? But it's way different, formulated different, okay? So if you have key cats, that's what you need. All right, let me tell you where we're located again. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573. I want to remind everybody, we have our teachers event going on this weekend. Well, today's the last day. If you're a teacher, I don't care if you're on north side, south side, or the lady that reached out to me from Hawaii. Come on in, we have special stuff just for you. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, remember one thing, it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week. Yeah.